All right, guys, here is another video for people who are bringing up children, right? Or people who would want to bring up children. I'm really very concerned about these children thing because you may have noticed on this channel, we'll talk about that a lot because the world is acting as if it is broken. And if we can fix it with the children, we can fix it for tomorrow. If the problems of today were handled in the minds of the children that came yesterday, we would have a much more favorable right now. I'm sure you would agree, right? So there's an issue I want to talk about today that concerns everybody, young, old, everybody really. Before we get into that, if you have never seen any of my videos before, I'm the one they call the Igbowriter, and I usually say things that are contrary to popular opinion. Alright, so there is this thing called emotional intelligence. I can't say I've done extensive research, but I have something I'd like to share with you. There are realities on ground that we need to begin to address, first personally, and then in the lives of anybody who we are training or mentoring. So this is not a matter of parenting alone. It's a matter of parenting within the context of raising the child. Okay? Now, there are realities on ground, realities of pain, of suffering, of joy and laughter. There are generic realities that affect every single human being on the earth. But here in this part of the world, I find that it's like we try to sideline some of these realities when we are trying to bring up children or when we are having conversations, real life conversations. We don't have these conversations with the people that we are mentoring or that we are raising. And it in turn creates a gap, a room for them to be otherwise mentored by all the other facilities that are out there in the world that are just waiting for you to not do your work so that they will do it for you in the way that you will not like it. Right? One of those realities is the reality of sexual urges and emotional attachment. A lot of us want to pretend that these things don't exist. Or we don't know this is what we are doing. No, we somehow expect that as they grow, they will just find the right path if we don't talk about it or if we shout about it. You don't know how it works. There must be a conscious effort to train a child, to groom a child in a particular way if they are going, and this training is consistent, if they are going to take the shape of the training when they grow. And the training has to be intentional, it has to be consistent. Two things, intentional and consistent. That means that if you want your child to have a proper orientation, a proper sexual orientation, you must intentionally school the child and you must consistently do it. Education is not about force. It is not about volume. It is about strategy. Right? And that is why people often try to find out how does a person learn faster? What works for this person? And then try to devise ways to pass their information through those means that are peculiar to the people. We don't even want to know how these people function. We raise our kids like things, as if they are robots that have a particular programming. And so do you know that the way that you were trained, even though you turned out okay, may fail woefully if you use it on somebody else? Because no two human beings are the same. In the same way, life is real. There are realities on ground that if we do not educate our kids on, they are going to have problems. They will suffer. A child will be in your house and they are suffering. Some of them go as far as attempting suicide and you don't even know. Does it bother you that it is possible that your child that you sent to boarding school attempted suicide? Until now, 17 years later, you do not know about it? Does it not bother you that this is a reality that could be possible? Because they went to school and fell in something they think love, fell in something they think is love, and opened up themselves to everything that is inhumanly possible. Because when somebody enters into uncharted territory and that they think is love and it feels so right, all the things we don't watch for film, they practice them inside that place. And then the boys see another person wearing like pass, leave him. You get one kill himself, you're picking, and you don't know. Because even if it remotely gets to your ear, now kill you go kill the pikin before you even commit the suicide. Some of us were raised really badly and we think we turned out well. Broken parents trying to raise children to function in a breaking world. Right? The realities of emotions that begin to plague humans as soon as they are born is something that we must intentionally and consistently teach our kids. From 11, 12, 13, 15, they must know about how human relationships work and understand how to love somebody in the absence of emotion, and then how to understand when emotion don't begin enter the love in a relationship, how to manage themselves. That's how we grow up to be or to have emotionally intelligent people who are not crying and dying because Femi no give them attention again. People who are desperate to do anything to keep the attention of a person or to get the attention of a person. We live in a broken world, and it is largely because we've given little to no attention to raising up the kids. If you enjoyed this video and you found any kind of sense in it, please be sure to share it so that somebody else can learn from it. Smash the like button and follow this page. Subscribe to this channel if you're not yet doing that. You know we have amazing content here. And I'll see you guys in the very, very next video. Stay intelligent. Peace out. I learned that one new. Stay intelligent. God bless you. Feeds me more. I can to cut.
No. Continue.
Please cut.
We need content.
Yeah, cut, yeah.